Hello and welcome. You are back for more Hunter x Hunter, back for the exam. Exactly how far are they going to get? Is anyone going to fail at the last hurdle or long before it even ends? Well, yes, we've already seen some. Won't be the last. But if the first test was endurance, the second is perception. Can they keep up? Can they believe their senses? They're going to get fooled. Watch out for any apes. But let's watch Hunter x Hunter. And along the many tests that are going to be implemented here, I mean, we've got quite a few episodes to go through them, then I'm guessing some of them at least are going to be involving the things that you might come up against, some of the big beasties and the like. I would be excited to see some of those ones. What is the combat capabilities of some of the contestants? Or the hunter and wannabes. And how many times is Gon's fishing rod going to become oh so useful? But the more we are learning about some of them, the tragic backstories of two of the cast. We have entire village wiped out. We have dying best friend. What else is going to be unveiled along the way? Stab. Well, luckily someone could stand up against his card tricks. I'm sure his card was the Two of Hearts. And the thing is, not only is he capable of standing up against some minor card tricks, but also the long distance run without so much as getting a hair out of place. Dun. That's actually a fair few more than I thought would make it. The thing is, this one seems a little more deadly than the rest of the tunnel, so dropping out now might be an issue. We've got some familiar faces in there. Come, keep forcing yourself forward, Leorio. Split tongue bird. Okay. Dun 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 dun. The long march forward. If you lose track of the examiner, just keep sight of the guy in front of you at least, I think. What, to try and take him down? It isn't going to work for you. Well, is it that and also to stay away from this? What's going on? Anyone caught up in the maelstrom of what's about to happen? I don't think that's what he means. So pick up the pace. I mean, if they say so. But with the tender ground underfoot, the run already being long and difficult enough. Just train your... Well, that's a problem. Lunch? Ah! The berry beast. Noggin, Loggin, Tortoise. Well, at least he's eating well. And why is it that everyone... Ah, there's more than one. Just scatters. Go on. Aren't you meant to be hunters in training? Oh no. Claymore mushroom. Point towards enemy. Do not eat. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's follow the butterfly forever. And they ignore the ones on the floor. I mean, no one's really out to help each other. Is that going to be marked down? How many are going to be eaten along the way, at least? Quick! Towards the voice! Go! Go! Maybe they should watch their footing. Caw! The ruse raven. Then what was flailing around? It's good that we don't see any blood or the like. Gotta keep that rating. What did they just pass over? Ah. Ribbit. Okay. Now, poor frog. Well, he's faring better than some other people we've seen. Where is the weak spot? Oh, and I would definitely do it, yeah. Yeah, oh, you wouldn't sit still for all too long. I feel like a lot of them have lost sight of the examiner by now. Is that what happens when you've had too much of the juice? Is Killer now... There we go. But it wasn't like Ipecac or anything. There was a different way they could have gotten out, depending on how fast acting it was. How do they know which way to run? You can't leave them behind. Either they all pass or no one does. Don't look on the floor. Oh, they're not down yet. And rather than leaving the exam to whittle him out, they're going to put themselves on the line to stop him. For a normal person, maybe. If that's how they think. I mean, no matter how long it takes, as long as they make it out of the fog in the forest. Just say you took a little detour, you wanted to see the sights. With all but a playing card. No one had their guard up at all. That's the strength of the 4 of clubs. 4 of spades. Soon as the tables have... I think he got out lucky. I thought he went somewhere else. They're just witnesses. And the word of the day. That what's the examiner. Just because you've found other people doesn't mean they're heading in the right direction. Yeah, maybe you should have checked he was behind you. Now, how are you going to talk your way out of this situation? He can only catch one of you. Well, since the audio isn't really a combatant, is he? Pick a card. Any card. What spooked them? Now he's going to enjoy the chase? There's he just couldn't turn tail and run. There's more to this. Well, maybe you can save it for a while and not take action. He was behind you the entire time. Ah! I wonder what that was for a second. It's the lure of the fishing hook. It's not a surprise he didn't see it coming. More or less. Well, it's less a weapon, more a tool for fishing. I'm sure you've seen it before. I mean, he caught him by surprise once. It might not work a second time. Use more than that sense of sight. I guess wide, sweeping moves might do something. Has he figured something out? Maybe don't shout, it might give something away, but... in a actual combat situation, yeah, he does seem a little more skilled and dangerous. What about Kurapika? And Killua? Is that slight blush going on there, or just... it would be a waste if he was just to... Ah, he was playing Examiner still. Ah. This playtime is over. Can you point us in the correct direction as well, please? Well, I guess he can't run on his own, but... remember to pick up his briefcase. But in the face of an enemy like that, when you can't even respond... and now the fog lifts. Ah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Can't wait any longer. Still need to... carry on with the rest of the exam. I mean, as a one way of kilometers? As one way of tracking him down, at least is using cologne, nothing else. I mean, it was all part of his little game there. by having the courage to stick up for your friends in the face of something like this. But a sneak attack is still only a dirty tactic. Though we may not have battle power, there's a lot more that the audio actually does possess. There was a certain grace. Oh. Grace to what he was doing. Okay. And the more with these particular gifts that come together. And what about those that just have nothing real special? They're just run-of-the-mill common people who managed to get to this stage. Would that also be impressive? It was a thrill that he's not experienced so far. Apparently he likes near-death situations. Hopefully that hasn't awakened anything else. Still got a way to run though. Hopefully the gate doesn't completely close behind him. I just jump over if it does, I guess. And with what we saw being withdrawn, or well, it's probably withdrawn from a lot more than just the exam. I think they'll be returning next year. Unless this world has some amazing medical capabilities. I think we've already seen in so far this world, this exam, that there are others that would make it their goal to take down anyone in their path. Others that just seem to like to play. So what kind of other interesting faces are we going to come across with their own little goals? Also, how's Killua going to feel at Gon left him? Hang on, we were supposed to run to the goal together. What happened? But that was a little bit of an episode, wasn't it? We saw more of this, well, from what we saw before. Hisoka was already deadly. We've seen him just immediately go and remove anyone in his path before. We were told about almost killing an examiner. So this little extra where it's not just mindless, merciless murder, but more for the thrill of the game. You've got to find something enjoyable about it, otherwise what's the point? But also, with such a sharp decline in the number of applicants who have, well, made it to the second stage, we're really going to whittle down quickly to, say, top 10 later on. So I think if you are to undertake this exam, it's probably best to have some sort of collective, some support network behind you. Because, well, it's good to have friends, apparently. And since we've seen Killer Clown and Pinhead working together, there's probably a few others hidden amongst the mix. The truly special would be able to pass this with their own power alone, but the audio striking out there, he's more of a doctor than a fighter. But by his own admission, he doesn't want to take a step back when someone's in trouble. You've got to admire that. Hopefully it doesn't get him into any more trouble. But whether it be frogs, mushrooms, giant strawberry tortoises, this forest is filled with things to be fearful for. But also surviving the long run, the pitfalls with spikes and punji sticks, the deadly monsters and shape-shifting apes that would take your form and kill you in your sleep. Imagine how it would feel to fall to a butterfly. That's the end of your story, a butterfly. Of all the things to be taken down by, I just hope no one else saw. But should have gone, and could have picked a catch up, make it to the next stage. What's next on their plate? More hand-to-hand combat? We've seen a bit of that already. It's maybe something for him to have handed with his fishing pole. I just hope there's not more cardio. If you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Maybe subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more Hunter x Hunter. Plenty more. So I'll see you in the next one. If you want to have your hands around the throat of my channel, consider joining onto my Patreon, because the likes of Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthea, Kite, Shiwan, Matt, Skirly, Cardboard, Croyville, Levi GR, Scott Raymond, Mega42, Dark Shadow 7899, Jim Ace, Adam Horvath, Moa Harfinez, Kid Yellow Dragon 123, and everyone else have already decided whether or not I am worthy, and for some inexplicable reason, so far, at least I haven't been eliminated.